Let's get to the rumors. Let's find out who could be the first black NFL owner.
I hate how you say black.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee.
Like, I really hate how you say black. Too bad.
On the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
You say black like you're not black.
I say black.
Hey, you are Dominican, so.
I know, I'm black.
Okay.
All right, well, billionaire Robert F. Smith could become the first black man to own an NFL team. So he's in the running to own the Denver Broncos. And the team is reportedly going for an estimated $4 billion, by the way. And Robert F. Smith's net worth is around $6.7 billion. But he is bidding against other contenders. Peyton Manning is one of them. Brittany Bowlen, who's the daughter of former Broncos owner. And so all these people have been throwing their hat in the ring as well.
That's a great brother right there. And I would, let him win that bid if I was the Broncos. Not just because he's black, but because he's from Denver. He loves, that area.
And you said Peyton Manning too?
Mm-hmm. He's in the running.
And how the owner's daughter why she ain't just get the team passed down to her?
I'm sure you still have to pay, right?
No.
I don't know.
If that's your daughter?
I wouldn't think so.
He's the former owner, so if he doesn't own it anymore.
So he sold it to somebody.
Okay.
Got you.
Okay.
And why wouldn't he keep that in the family?
Maybe he wanted to cash out. All right, now Tisha Campbell says that she was almost snatched up by what she believes to be human traffickers. So listen to the story. That's why you got to make sure when you call these Ubers or cabs or whatever it is that you're in the right car. And if something doesn't feel good, trust your instincts. Here's what she had to say as she was filming on set.
And I had to call a taxi, so I get this number, but the van that pulls up is real sketchy looking. And then I look at the car, look inside the car, it's up. The rubber is pulled up from the bottom. There's dirt everywhere. The back seat looked like it's snatched out for a reason. The driver goes, get in the car. And I go, I'm not getting in the car. And the guy says, well, then get in the front seat then. I said, I'm not getting in that car. Y'all. I asked the lady at the front desk, I said, yo, who's the guy that gave me this number? And she was like, why would he give you this number? Yo, this trafficking shit is real, but they got me up. Because I ain't Gina, bitch.
Where was she?
It was in Brownsville, Texas, and she's filming an independent movie there. She's also working with Tony Rivera on a project about trafficking. Mm-hmm. And she said if Tony Rivera hadn't schooled me and my friends on what to look for, Ish would have been real different. Plus, I don't sound like I look. Also, I'm thankful to the production for their concern and their understanding. So she has not found the man who gave her the taxi number because somebody gave her like a number for a taxi, and that's what happened.
Well, salute Tisha Campbell. I'm glad she's good. Salute to Tony Rivera. And for the record, I don't think Gina would have gotten that van either, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think so. But if something doesn't feel right, trust your instinct. If you see something that looks a little crazy, All right, now Spotify has lost $2 billion as their stock plummets. This is after Neil Young actually pulled his songs from the music platform. That was all in protest over Joe Rogan spreading misinformation about COVID on his podcast. Now, he had said they can have Rogan or Young, not both. And he said, I'm doing this because Spotify is spreading fake information about vaccines, potentially causing death to those who believe the disinformation being spread by them. And so Spotify shares also dropped around 6% after Wednesday. Joni Mitchell also said in a statement that she will also pull her music from Spotify in protest and stand in solidarity with Neil Young. This clash started back on January 24th when Neil Young was outraged that the Joe Rogan experience was potentially causing death to those who believe the disinformation that was being spread. Neil Young also acknowledged that Spotify represents 60% of his music globally, and removing his catalog from the platform would be a huge loss for his record company to absorb. And he said he does support free speech. He's not in favor of censorship. He said private companies have the right to choose what they profit from, just as I can choose not to have my music support a platform that disseminates harmful information. So he said they have every right to do that, just like he has every right to pull his music from there. Now, Apple has seized this as a marketing opportunity. They tweeted out, it's always a good idea to stream Neil Young, and they pinned that post to their Twitter profile after declaring Apple Music the home of Neil Young as well. So now Spotify has said that they will add a content advisory to podcasts that discuss COVID-19, and they'll direct listeners to its COVID-19 hub that will provide access to data-driven facts, links to resources and information from trusted scientists and doctors. Prince Harry and Meghan also addressed the controversy yesterday. They wrote a statement through their foundation that they had expressed concerns to Spotify about the all too real consequences of COVID misinformation on its platform, because they are doing podcasts exclusively on Spotify as well. So they said, we have continued to express our concerns to Spotify to ensure changes to its platform are made to help address this public health crisis. Now, Joe Rogan himself has spoken out, and here's what he had to say.
Podcast has been accused of spreading dangerous misinformation.
specifically about 2 episodes, a little bit about some other ones, but specifically about 2. One with Dr. Peter McCullough and one with Dr. Robert Malone. Both these people are very highly credentialed, very intelligent, very accomplished people, and they have an opinion that's different from the mainstream narrative. I wanted to hear what their opinion is. I had them on, and because of that, those episodes in particular, those episodes were labeled as being dangerous. They had dangerous misinformation in them.
All right, so he did say that those are his thoughts, and you have to watch the whole thing of what he said.
I saw it, and I think, he's absolutely right, because I thought the same thing yesterday. If he's guilty of having doctors on that spread information on COVID, then everyone is guilty of having doctors on that spread information. Everyone from the CDC director, the presidents, the doctors, the Supreme Court judges, news anchors, all at one point or another have gotten on platforms and spread misinformation.
There's something wrong.
Yeah, it's just that when they do it, they can say, well, the information changed or the science on what we were studying evolved, which is true. But you can't hold Rogan accountable for what these doctors believe. And to his point, in a month or maybe a week in this climate, if some of the stuff the doctor says becomes fact, then what?
Well, he did say a lot of what he does on his popular podcast is not that prepared or fleshed out. And so he did thank Spotify for being so supportive during this time. He said he's sorry that this is happening to them. He said, if there's anything that I've done that I could do better, it's having more experts with differing opinions right after I have the controversial ones.
Yeah, I don't see anybody threatening to boycott any of these news networks for the misinformation they've put out about COVID over the last couple of years. So I don't know what gets these folks to take these moral stances, but none of it is consistent.
Well, yeah, I do think that information about COVID changes as the virus has changed and information that we get about it has changed. So
and that's what Rogan was saying. Rogan was like, yo, these doctors have credentials. So they come on, they believe things, they have theories they believe, and at the time, and then things change, So it's like, what is misinformation nowadays? Dr. Fauci can be accused of giving out misinformation. Sanjay Gupta could be accused of giving out misinformation. Rachel Maddow definitely is being accused of giving out misinformation. The president. So it's like, what do you do? The CDC director, Supreme Court judges, everybody has. And this is recent.
That is your rumor report.
All right, we got front page news next. What are we talking about?
Well, I'd love to get your thoughts on this. People are standing by 2 Texas brothers and their friend. They were arrested for beating their stepfather to death. But when I tell you why, you might understand why there's a petition supporting them.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.